If your brother was a fan of mass genocide, okay, hear me out, but you were opposed to killing him, what would you do? Hey guys, this is Drew Philip Elias over here with Between Nerds Podcast. That's Aldo Mendez over at the end of the table. I think he's digesting my intro.
Yeah.
And in between us is a good friend of the podcast, Mr. Roby Quintela.
Yo.
Here for what, like the third, fourth episode we've recorded with you?
1, 2, 3, fourth.
Fourth, 3 seasons of Yu Hakusho, 1 season of Trigun, the original Trigun. Today we're talking about Trigun Stampede.
Yes.
The drama between Millions Knives and Vash the Stampede.
Mm-hmm. And we had mentioned something about Roby's kink of brotherly love.
Everything he watches, just
brotherly love.
Crazy brother boners, just raging, and Roby can't wait.
But Trigun is crazy.
Sorry. Trigun's insane. Honestly, Trigun's the Stampede is great.
Same thing.
It's equally as insane.
Yeah, because you do have Vash Stampede to the point of your intro. Vash the Stampede has his brother who's not a Vash the Stampede, is Million Knives, who's a dick.
It's like being brothers with Hitler. You know what I mean? Being Hitler's twin brother. The very more progressive Hitler.
Yeah,
but your last name's still Hitler.
Oh man.
So
what would his name be?
It'd be such a normal name.
Normal name?
Like Richard. Richard Hitler.
Oh.
They call me Dick. Oh, awesome.
Dick Hitler.
You're Hitler's dick? Oh, no.
Damn.
If you think about the original Trigun, is it has like this warm place in a lot of people's hearts. Not because of the brother love, but because of like how we experienced it at the time, right? So like it was when like we were kids, like 90s, early 2000s. It would just come on in Adult Swim at like 4 a.m. You didn't know what episode it was. You didn't know like
what was going on.
You didn't know who you were. You didn't know who you were. You watching these things and saying, "Oh yeah, they were cool."
You just know the animation was cool, and I think that's why like the original Trigun, even though it's terrible to watch like front to back,
it's pretty good.
It's pretty bad, but like in that format, in like that Adult Swim 4 a.m. format, I understand why it was popular because each episode is independent, right? Like you don't have to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Trigun Stampede has like this NGE kind of big brain sci-fi quality to it that like I think off mic, Aldo, you were mentioning that like you don't know where this plotline came from, but then all of a sudden it's just like the plot going forward after episode 9.
Important. Because of the original, we didn't see that until the end, and you were reminding us of this earlier on mic. But
Take one.
Yeah, take one. We find out about this plan. It's like, oh shit, I wasn't paying that much of attention at the beginning. So they have these cells of like this pickled cauliflower that is blue or red when it becomes like futile, and it's supposed to be like an organism, but like a higher being according to Knives.
They access the alternate dimension, which that allows them to bring in energy and water.
See, and this is how Stampede starts. What I was telling you, Roby, off mic, like Trigun, the original, is just like one big like saloon scene, just like some dude going on the piano, like random things happening at once, where like not even Million Knives' character holds up in the original compared to this.
Not at all.
It's crazy.
It like this one, I didn't like the music that much. I didn't like the intro or the outro, but like it's got like what you're saying, Aldo. It's got like a different vibe about it a little bit. It's got big like shonen-y vibes. It's got big adventure
when it doesn't need to, because it's like Western, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
But then like the animation's like a 10 out of 10. Like it's Studio Orange, you know what I mean? Like thinking about things that have been my favorite pieces of like the way I like their animation style in the past like couple years. First would obviously be like the previous season of Demon Slayer. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you know what I mean? Like especially the fight scene at the end of the previous season of Demon Slayer. Mm-hmm. It like, but every episode of Trigun Stampede has an episode, like every episode has a scene that's just like animated immaculately. Like the way Vash is jumping between buildings, the way he's dodging gunfire, the way you see him loading his gun and like shooting.
Ooh, that was such a satisfying scene.
It's crazy. Like just watching him manually like load a gun full of bullets and watching him hit explosives in the air and knocking it into other explosives or throwing like rocks and like just it looks so good all of the time.
It looks fucking badass, and I know what you mean, because even like on those scenes, I think on the second episode when he's fighting the really like American cartoony trope villains, the scientist and the big dude, when he's dodging those like wrecking ball spitting arm things, he's like swerving. He even does this like breakdance move like off the floor.
Yeah,
it's great. Right.
Well, Govsev, like, I'm glad you brought him up. He was a big reason why a lot of, like, just nerds on the internet were mad about this iteration, because he looks really bad compared to how he looked in the original Trigun. Mm-hmm. Because, like, in the original Trigun, he was big and he was scary, and, like, I remember him taking up, like, a whole, like, town square. Yeah. He was so big. In this one, he's just kind of, like, just 7 feet tall and soft and bald and goofy looking.
Same.
Roby is actually 7 feet tall.
It's crazy.
You don't want to know how long this goes down the table, and then and then like
you don't want to know what's going on
this. but then like that goofy atmosphere is all of a sudden just like cut short in episode 3 once like they actually introduce Million's knives, and like the gore looks so good in this. And like it comes out of nowhere, and when it comes, it's very like tasteful. It's like horror movie gore
out
tasteful.
Of nowhere in episode 3.
Yeah, like it all of a sudden it's just Gosev's dad just like gets decapitated, and there's blood all over the stairs.
Kill Bill style.
Yeah, that's exactly what it reminded me of at the time. And immediately before that, we saw Gosev, who we just became besties with last episode, just blows up from like. Protein virus explosives.
Yeah, those looked very cool. They moved very cool too, because I don't know why nerds are so fucking mad about that CGI. Watch Beastars and stop being an idiot, and you would appreciate the CGI fucking animation.
Yeah.
You know, because it's really good, because it doesn't look choppy. The only choppiness on frame that I noticed is like on the faces that Meryl's trying to make, because she's so like expressive.
Animated, yeah.
Yeah, like her face kind of looks like. Like kind of having a stroke almost.
I think Meryl was like my favorite part of the anime. If I'm being completely honest, I liked her.
The hype beast.
I liked her character design. I like those mid-top Air Force Ones with the bonnet. And like I think her Japanese voice actress was amazing. It's probably my favorite Japanese performance of like the past year or so, because like she has like this like. Early 90s anime kind of acting quality where it's an 11, right? Like it's so expressive, it's corny. But it's like she also remembered like the modern recording sensibilities where it's like you don't want to sound too robotic. Like I feel like a lot of 90s anime, like they were very loud and trying to be expressive, but like everything around it never felt natural. This is just like listening to your excited friend at the bar just like geeking, right? That's all what Meryl's like dialogue sounds like, and I think that was really, really good.
Yeah, absolutely. The knives animations around Million Knives, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, so that's the thing about being a plant. Like it creates water and electricity, and both Vash and Knives are plants that are called independents and have free will. So they sabotaged this entire space fleet trying to find a world to live on. Knives killed like 95% of them just because he's got like the Hitler, I'm the best species, I'm the top culture kind of sensibility.
Yeah.
So that's why the whole anime is him trying to take back the plants.
Yes.
Because he sees that humanity is like abusing them, and they're lesser being anyways, so why are they using plants?
Yeah, a lot of Jaegerism around here, you know?
You know you're not supposed to be a Jaegerist, right? You're not actually supposed to support Eren Jaeger.
No, but you understand the sentiments.
How caught up are you on Attack on Titan?
Never actually seen it.
Are you shitting me?
No.
So you don't get this whole reference?
No.
So basically, it's a story about the rise of Hitler.
It's a reverse genocide on the Germans.
Okay.
Yeah, like if the Germans had the nukes first, kind of thing. Like,
Well, no, like if the no, I'm sorry. It's a like reverse Holocaust on the Germans.
the Germans were killing everybody else.
Yeah.
Like it's a more successful World War II.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's the same thing. It's like the Griffith did nothing wrong mentality. Like it's obviously wrong.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot of people claiming Griffith did nothing wrong.
Griffith definitely did something.
He did a lot wrong.
Yeah.
He was the bad guy in that story. That's the narrative flip.
In like 10 chapters.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
Did you hate the fucking repetition of like seeing fucking Vash and Million Knives? Like
I did. So they replay that same crashing scene like 20 times.
not only that one, they do that one, the one with the mom, and then they do the
Rem.
Rem.
Her name was
yeah.
Rem.
Yes, and then which one else they do? The one with a piano.
There's so much piano imagery. It's
Yeah.
not quaint. Like it's not. It's not. Oh God, I don't even know. Like at first, it's cool. The first time you see it, it's just knives and a hoodie, and he's barefoot and just like going crazy on a piano.
It's not your light April, bro. It's like
Yeah,
if
it's
it's
not
not
your-
about pianos, don't give me a piano every single time.
But then that's all we see. Like every episode, and like I'm supposed to care that Knives knows how to play the piano.
To humanize him.
Yeah, because that's the metaphor. Is that like both him and Vash are like two halves of the same person. Like, because they're twins, kind of, that's the imagery. So, like, if all of Knives is playing is really mean and aggressive, but also, like, downturning, whenever he plays with his brother, like, it's the same exact song, but he plays in a way that it seems more uplifting and more, like inspired. And that's, like, I understand why it's there. Like, I understand the metaphor they're trying to tell. But it happens every single episode, from episode, like, 3 onwards.
Yep.
In the other scenes, like is like that you see all the time is like Vash indicating that Knives indicating that Vash actually helped him crash all the ships.
Yeah.
And I remember in certain episodes, especially near the end, episode 12 is amazing. Like it's an amazing episode. It's a perfect episode. I agree, but like around like 10, 11, like there's just so many like flashbacks. It's like, okay, I just saw that earlier this episode. Okay, I saw that last episode. Okay, I saw that 2 episodes ago. I get it. I understand where Wolfwood's motivation's coming from. I understand who Knives is. I understand who Vash is. And it feels like watching like a One Piece episode. Like a reason why I can't watch the anime and I much prefer reading the manga is like the manga is always new material.
Right.
Half of every One Piece anime episode is like just flashbacks. And, like, that sucks because, like, Trigun Stampede's only, like, 12 episodes long.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I do have an issue with the
pacing?
The pacing of the first half. Like, the first half feels like 12 episodes.
Yeah.
And then the last 6 feels like 3 episodes because, like, the last 3 were, like, super good. You know, but then again, you have all this filler animation. And it's not filler plot, it's just filler animation. It's like, you filled your 20-minute episode with a minute here and there on the same animation.
Yeah, and, like, I see where they're cutting corners, especially because it's CGI, because, like, unnamed characters, they're using the exact same, like, character model, right? Because they already have it animated, like, and they can just put 30 of them on frame. But, like, once you see like the Desert Raiders, like the Mad Max characters, they look bad because they've got like black Desert Raider armor thing, but then like they have neon lights on them, which makes them stand out. I feel like if that were one character and like that person were developed, I think it would look cool. But like 30 of them on frame, like it looks like just really ugly. Like it because it doesn't have any of the other like design tropes we've been seeing in just like this desert landscape.
Yeah, no, it's like the clones. Like, that's why you pick the Stormtrooper outfit, right? So you can just clone them.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what it is. So it's like, it's just a bunch of Stormtroopers on frame.
Yeah.
The episode I did really like, though, is when they start, like, meeting Knives' henchmen.
Uh-huh. So
first they meet, like, Wolfwood, and, like, Wolfwood in the original was, like, more like a mercenary, right?
Yeah.
In this one, he's got like I'm an orphan who was like pumped full of science drugs, and now I'm superhuman.
It's like John Wick-ish.
Yeah, he's more John Wick-ish now, except he takes drugs to like feel no pain and just like heal on sight.
Yeah.
He's on fentanyl, essentially, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, hey.
Don't touch it.
If you were
Don't touch
murdering
it.
people,
Not even once.
you know? If you were murdering people, you have to, like, silence the voices somehow. You know?
That was really dark, really fast.
I'm just saying.
That was scary.
It's like the noir thing with, like, the PI. He's just drinking himself. And, like,
Are we safe? That was terrifying.
Thumbnail, are we safe?
No, we're not. But, what do I talk about? I'm trying to introduce Zazie the Beast. Like, Zazie the Beast was in the original, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember that
He
character.
was at the very end. He was like the little kid that was in the orphanage. And then he had that little, like, cochlear implant that would just call the worms up.
I don't even remember that. I don't remember that
Really?
at all. Like, at all. Zazie the Beast in this one is just like a colony of worms that...
Like sentient worms?
Sentient worms that, like, can turn into one person? Right?
Something.
cool.
Cool. I don't think it was that cool because the episode they introduce them, they get eaten by a worm, and then we get like a little horror episode because people keep disappearing, and it's like, oh no, where's everyone going? Who is it? The crazy Undertaker, or is it clearly the worm teenager that's eating people inside of this worm? And then like, what I did like about that episode is that action scene where it's Wolfwood like lasering the shit out of this giant worm and cutting it up. Again, really cool gore. Like, I feel like I've seen, like, giant monster get cut in half by a laser before. Never thought about what happens to the blood and all the guts and everything. That was super cool.
That's fun.
That was fucking great.
No, it was.
But, what else? What else we got on Stampede?
Episode 12. Fuck.
Yeah, so, like, I guess I haven't explained, like, the full plot. So, like, the plot of Trigun Stampede is that Knives is Hitler. So he wants to create an army of independent plants, like him and his brother Vash, so that he can kill all of humanity because they abuse plants and like they
like extort them for their lives.
Right, which is why the plants are turning red, because they like abuse them too much and the plants start getting hurt.
It's just a wild thing that I don't understand. It's like, how do you have this thing on a vial getting pickled or whatever it is, like in this thing? And it's like, how did they get there in the first place? Aren't you supposed to be getting the person that's putting them on the pickle juice? And not the people that are using
who's the pickle company here?
Exactly.
Call the pickle company.
Who's
I don't
the
understand.
packaging company?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
it doesn't make sense.
If your food was infected, the USDA would go after the pickle packer, right?
Yeah. The pickle packer. You know about that. But yeah, the cell thing, it's weird. It's weird. Definitely weird.
And then like God, so then Knives is trying to capture all of the plants that are getting abused, and he's gonna impregnate all of them with the help of his brother's vines, so that he can access the higher dimension, and like he's then gonna take over the core mother plant, and then that's how he's gonna kill humanity. It's Eren Yeager essentially trying to harness the power of the founding Titan.
He hasn't seen a Titan. He did not get that.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
right?
I know what
it's
you're
Eren
saying.
Yeager
No, yeah.
harnessing the founding Titan,
Yeah.
which gives him power over all other
Titans.
descendants of Titans, which means that he gets to take over the rest of the plants, which means he gets to kill the people. But Vash's whole thing is that like he's called Vash the Stampede because like he no fault of his own, wherever he goes, like just towns just blow up because like he's worth so much money.
Like Mr. Magoo.
Yeah, and like his brother and his henchmen are always trying to get him. So that's why like he keeps getting targeted and like people keep getting hurt. But it's not his fault. Like it's a really dramatic scene in the original where like Vash is like that you start seeing all his scars and he's got like metal bars over like his chest because he's been like torn apart. And like that happens here too. But it's more like passive and like it sucks that like you don't get to like digest this time how much physical trauma he's taking on to try to protect humanity from the implications of him just existing. Mm-hmm. Like it's no fault of his own. Him just being alive just puts a target on his back.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. I like. Well, from what I was seeing, is that the manga was better than the anime original because the anime original did not take very seriously all like the contents of the manga, but then the manga, because it was canceled, they had to finish it up like some sort of way. Then they bring in Maxim, which is the continuation of the original manga, which this Stampede is a little bit more based on the energy, the same energy, but there's still a prequel to what we see on the original, right? Season 2 has been announced, and from YouTube I heard that it's supposed to be what we saw on the
original.
On the original,
because this one's like more of a prequel, like, and that's why a lot of people were like bitching about Vash's character design, is that he doesn't look enough like how he looked in the original Trigun, and we figure out why, because by the end he starts looking more like he did in the original Trigun. And like same for like Meryl, and like a lot of people, I was upset that like Billy Thompson wasn't in this season. I was like, I couldn't believe they changed that, and then you figure out why. It's because it was actually a prequel, and that's how Meryl, instead of working for like the tabloid or whatever, she started working for the insurance company. So all those gaps start being filled, and what actually happened at July, and in the original, he just accidentally blew up July, right?
Yeah.
So like the gun in the original, the gun that his brother gives him can like sync up with him, and that's why he's just able to harness power and he can accidentally blow shit up.
Like he could like harness the portal.
Yeah, in this one, he just accidentally blows up the town because he actually does get kidnapped by his brother. And there's just like this crazy scene of just impregnating humanoid plants, which is really uncomfortable. Like literally, like the Japanese are on one, okay? Like we know that they're just
suppressed, bro.
Era.
They've been suppressed since feudal Japan, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's so like uncomfortably horny for no reason.
Yeah. But we see these themes before. We seen them in Darling of the Franxx with like the whole flower aspect of it. I don't know. You remember?
No, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
You know, but like, I feel it's just the way of Japanese people being like, this is horny, like in the background.
They need a therapist, is what I think they need. And like that scene is super, like weird, but then like they don't explore the higher dimension part of it enough. I don't think to the point that like it gets kind of confusing. And I remember the
fantasy fiction.
Yeah. It's like trying to understand Dune. I was trying to watch a YouTube video on like what the later books about Dune are about, and I was like, this shit makes no sense. I feel like I was mildly interested, so I watched a YouTube video about it, and then somebody explains it. I'm just like, nope, can't be me, couldn't be me. I'm not reading that 1,000-page book to like get that from it.
Yeah,
and that's what the original Trigun's like a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's not about anything. Trigun Stampede at least has this overarching plot, and it actually makes sense from front to back. And do you think Knives is dead?
No.
Because is that what happened in the original?
Yeah, like you get these little background stories when Vash blew him up in July. He was like another plant in the little test tube thing, and he was just regenerating in there.
He de-evolved into the pickled?
He turned into
the pickle plant.
Into the pickle plant? Pickled cauliflower?
Yeah.
That sounds good, though. I'll eat some pickled cauliflower. Right? No?
That sounds insane to me. Am I crazy for thinking that?
That one's wild.
Pickled carrots? Have you guys had pickled carrots?
No. Where are you getting pickled carrots?
And jalapenos?
Okay, pickled jalapenos?
Yeah, but like you get the mix with like the onions and like the carrots.
You're making that up. You're making that up.
You never had a pickled carrot.
No.
Bro, on spicy jalapenos, that's just great.
He's making that up, right?
I don't know what to believe right now.
Crazy. Tacos. Never had tacos ever in their life.
Obviously I have.
Oh. So you've had pickled
the
carrots?
pickled onions, those are like the green or the pink
No,
ones,
he said carrots.
Carrots.
Oh, I was thinking those.
Anyways.
Or cabbage.
What was this?
So he
becomes a plant again?
So apparently
he regenerates on the original? That's what he does?
I don't remember that like at all. I don't even remember the final fight like in the original Trigun. So
he
they're just
did.
blasting at each other, right?
Yeah.
That was it? And that's how July blew up?
And he turns his coat black?
So in the original, he shoots Knives in the leg at a different point in time, and then he takes like both guns And so he runs into him at July because he wants to find Rem's, like, great-great-grandson. And by the time he gets there, Knives is like, oh, hey, Vash, what's up? I just murdered the last descendant of Rem.
Oh, no.
And so then his, like, giant fucking gun goes off and explodes.
I don't remember that at all.
I do remember the big gun. Yeah, when the Triforce came together.
That happens here, kind of.
Kind of, but not really.
So-
We
We
hope
saw
to see
two.
it next one.
We only saw two.
Oh, we only saw 2. That's right. We only saw 2 of the guns.
Oh, that's right.
He had that, like, machine gun arm.
Yeah. And this one, the ending's pretty cool. Like, it's probably like my favorite episode, like, of any anime I've seen recently.
It's a good fucking anime, and it's weird because like I didn't really like Trigun.
No, not at all.
And like I like the Trigun characters, but I didn't like the Trigun anime. And then like now that we're seeing it, and I'm glad we decided to watch this because this is good Trigun. I like this.
Well, it's crazy when Knives dies though, because like so basically Knives captures Vash, and he plugs up his brother with his knife tentacle fallacies. And once he plugs up his brother, he turns black and starts impregnating the plants. And the impregnated plants give him the power to create the warp space-time hole vagina. And he walks through the warp space-time hole
And
orifice
it's very boring again.
to meet the seed of all plants. And then he tries to use his giant tentacles on the original plant.
Step by step, that's exactly how it goes.
Is that not how it happens?
It,
Like,
leeches onto it.
Yep.
but is that an inaccurate like way to put it? That's exactly how it went, right?
It's pretty close.
And then like it's so I guess
And
I
he's
guess
erasing all his memories too.
Oh yeah. He's basically wiping Vash's memories and turning him into like stone or something like that.
Yeah,
Like
that's pretty dick though.
It's
Like,
a Rick and Morty-ish fucking thing. I
oh,
don't
the
know.
memory thing.
Yeah.
oh, like the which episode is that?
Shit, you got me there. Season 3, maybe.
But what's it called? It's called like Morty's Mind Blowers or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah.
That's literally what it's called. So Knives is committing Morty's Mind Blowers on Vash
Yeah.
so that he can keep him a vegetable plant, so that he can keep walking in and out of the orifice of the alternate dimension.
Yeah.
Right?
He's
Right?
Pickling.
He's just pickling the shit out of his brother.
He is the pickling corp.
Oh.
Oh. Okay, so if he's King Pickle, then Meryl is on the outside trying
Open
to
up that
stop
can.
him from pickling.
She's the one that can't open the And I was like, hey, can you open the pickle jar for me?
Because all she's doing... So Roberto dies, right? So there's this guy...
Roberto dies.
Robert De Niro, Roberto De Niro.
Yeah.
He's Meryl's like senpai at the magazine, and like he dies. It's kind of sad because like
By a giant fucking.
He's
needle.
been
Nail.
our audience guide like the entire way.
yeah. So like if us as the audience were like, wow, this Vash guy is clearly dangerous. Can we stay away from him? Like that's literally what Roberto will say in episode.
Yes.
And like he's always smoking and drinking and shows up to work drunk every single day, but he doesn't drive. He doesn't drink and drive. He lets Meryl drive.
Smart.
Yeah.
See it?
Responsible.
Responsible drinking, exactly.
That's wild.
So, like, she's lecturing him for, like, 11 episodes, like, hey, you gotta stop drinking and smoking, you gotta stop drinking and smoking. And then he just gets impaled. And he gets impaled, like, real ugly, and it comes out of nowhere and dies inside of an elevator.
And then he stopped drinking and smoking.
No, he kept smoking.
He kept drinking,
he kept
too.
smoking.
He pulled out the flask, too, like, with the, like, he's bleeding out. And she's like, why are you drinking right now? He's just like, because it's just gonna leak out of me anyways, I'll be alright.
Like the one post is God, I wish you would stop making so many suicide jokes. And then the guy says like, don't worry, I'll stop one day.
Oh. I don't think I like that shit.
It's funny.
One day.
One day I'll stop.
Hey! I'm not comfortable on this side of the table. What are we talking about? So they have a giant angel wing battle in the middle of the street in July.
Oh yeah.
The city July, not the
The
month.
city's July. Yeah, it seems like we're talking about like next month.
Like
2-3
Vash,
months ago.
with the power of love,
Oh god.
he
Yeah.
like reverses everything, and then he condenses it into like this small cube of all that energy.
Superman's the shit out of it, dog.
Yeah. So he got all the pickling sauce and create a singularity out of
I'm
it.
still with you, yeah.
He kicked his brother out of the pickle juice and then took all the pickle sauce and turned it into a singularity. And then his brother really, really needed that pickle juice. So like he's fighting.
He
so he's
sprouted
fighting
half
for
a
it.
wing.
They each sprouted half a wing, one on
Yeah.
each side, because they're both halves of the same angel. Oh, and this whole time, like Knives is preaching the Book of Revelations like crazy.
Angie style.
Yeah, Angie style. He can't stop talking about Armageddon, fire and brimstone, all that. Like he's just on this Revelations kick, and he can't wait to bring doom to humanity. Terrifying villain, and it's worse because like Vash is such a frustrating like protagonist because it's like he's a passive. Like he will not like if he just shot his brother in the face. End of story. Like all this could have been avoided. No anime, no crash ship on the planet.
It's like the Batman dilemma. It's like, dude, it's like just kill the Joker. He just got rid of 2 hospitals. 30
That's
prisons.
what I'm saying. Between Nerds podcast, Vash the Stampede is actually Bruce Wayne. Like actually.
Yeah.
So, but like that fight is great. Like they're just like slashing each other in the street. You see Vash just doing his quick reload, and he keeps trying to blast his brother, but like,
And then he fucking slams a cube.
yeah. So he slams the cube into his own fist, which
Into
turns
the gun.
which turned it into a space cannon.
Yeah.
And then like even when he loaded his bullets, like they had that same like dark plant design. It's a nice little touch.
It was really good. So like Vash is like the now corrupted Vash, and we see him still fighting for humanity though. So he Iron Man ones it and like blasts himself into space because like it's better for that thing to explode in space instead of on the home planet.
Oh yeah, just like the first episode with the fucking bomb clusters.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Whoa.
was that your dog?
I don't know.
Is she dreaming?
She is dreaming. My dog's having a nightmare, like just talking about how scary episode 12 of Trigun Stampede is. So Vash blasts him and his brother into space to like protect the city of July from this big explosion battle because they're still fighting about the singularity pickle.
Yes.
And like Knives' death scene is amazing. It's so scary.
It's amazing.
He's a great villain because of how like focused he is. You know what I mean?
Like even as a kid.
Yeah, he had one goal in mind and he stuck with it for like 150 years. That was it. To the point that like he essentially like ignites himself on fire. So like Purposely. So like Vash has the plant power singularity in his hand, right? He turned into cube form. And like he turns his hand into a cannon so that he can blast the energy into the space. So he launches himself to space. And then Knives like is like grabbing with him and like trying to like take the power for his own and trying to get him to blast the city of July just because eugenics, I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's the big like mid-episode, final episode like battle is like trying to figure out like will Knives like succeed or will Vash succeed? And Vash is finally able to like blast it upwards, and it's this giant just blast of energy, and you see Knives like turning into a skeleton and turning into like a muscle frame, like crawling down the cannon trying to reach the singularity. It's like reaching into a nuke, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, but that animation it's like it stands out. Like even though I watched the episode today, so like it's very fresh, but like still, it's like it's so like traumatic seeing something like that.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. It's amazing the animation and CGI. It's outrageous.
Roby, which one's better? Original or Stampede?
Stampede.
Yeah?
Stampede.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm always gonna have love for the original.
And don't get me wrong, now I have love for the original, if anything, because it tells me a little bit things that Stampede didn't tell me.
Right.
But just seeing the original by itself, it's not good. Stampede, I'm excited for season 2. Hopefully it's good.
Well, that's why all the character designs were different. So all these nerds complaining on the internet that they didn't like Vash the Stampede's new character design, it's because that's what he looked before the July incident.
Yeah.
And like what we know in the original is like that was where things just started going south for Vash, and that's when he turned into the billion.
Yeah,
bounty
he was
man.
6 million at the beginning, and that was kind of like
It was like 60 million or 600
Yeah.
million, something like that. And I remember being upset when that came up. I was like, "Oh, what happened to the $1 billion man? Damn, that was such a big part of it."
And they're like, "Hey, Vash, what's up?"
Yeah, but like it's because of the July incident. So he accidentally blew up with the power of the plants, like the whole city of July.
Which, well, it was super cool because it wasn't like the plant gun. It was just his impact back through the atmosphere. That was a cool touch.
That's crazy. So it's just a crater now.
Yeah.
And we like I remember being upset too that like I didn't know where Millie Thompson was. I was like, "Oh, who's Roberto? I don't care about this Roberto guy. Like, get this alcoholic off screen. Where's Millie? She was so cool. Like her like back and forth with Meryl was like one of my favorite parts of the original because it was so like cartoony. You know what I mean? It was so funny. And then like seeing the end post credit scene. Yeah, right. It's like an episode of Yu Hakusho without Botan. Like, damn, that sucks. But the after credit scene in the final episode is Meryl getting a call from the agency and being like, "Hey, you got to train this newbie." She gets excited because just having a newbie reminds her of Roberto. And then he's like, "It's Thompson. It's Millie Thompson. Are you gonna be okay?"
Like,
I was like, "Oh shit." And like when Vash like unlocks the power of the singularity plant or whatever, like his hair turns into what his hair looked like in the original. Yeah. So I was like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense."
I don't know why you guys are mad, guys. I don't know why you would think that Trigun.
You know why?
Stampede,
It's because it messes with their childhood. Yeah. You know what I mean? Nerds are just obsessed with how things, like how they remember things.
Yes.
It was a happier time before their parents got divorced.
Before their brain was fully developed. Yeah. Before they were in debt. Before
crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah. Hey.
Everything
just went wrong. Well, any other points of Trigun on Trigun Stampede though?
I don't know.
Because that's how it like ends, and then like the next season is going to be like the actual original season. Yeah.
I think it was awesome. Like I didn't like the pacing. Up until episode 3, and then it got kind of gory, and you're like, "Oh, he really does have a million knives."
Yeah.
And then, like each episode kind of reminds me of what you guys were like talking about on the first Trigun one, how the pacing's all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of felt like that for a while, and then the last like 4 episodes, minus the 2 flashback episodes, really like got it in chronological order.
I guess I like Wolfwood more this time.
I don't that much.
No,
and it doesn't make sense. He's like, he shoots Rolo, the big ass dude with a gun with the arms. He just shoots him, and then him and Vash are just like giving each other silent treatment.
Rolo looked fucking good.
Oh, it looked amazing.
Yeah.
The whole what is his name? Wolfwood.
Nicholas.
I did like him. I did like him better this time. I don't know. Do you think out of like, I'm gonna rewatch Trigun, would you watch Stampede or the original?
The original.
The original?
Only because some of the differences, like in the original, Legato Blue Summers was awesome. He was my favorite villain.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, we see him for like an episode and a half, and then that's it.
He was pretty lame.
Huh?
Yeah.
Let's hope how you feel. Let's see how you feel about season 2 of Stampede.
They haven't said they haven't given a season yet, have they?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you guys said that.
I know they announced the sequel season.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if they announced like if it's gonna be a year from now, a year and a half from now, next season, who even knows?
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know. Watch it just for the sake of it being a Studio Orange anime. To be honest, like absolutely love Studio Orange. You need to watch Beastars.
Beastars is good.
Yeah.
Just overlook the horniness.
But okay. Just so you know, like before you watch it, it's because all people know about it is that like a rabbit tries to give a wolf head. It's not what you're thinking. It's not like that. It's not like that. But it's like when people bring that up, like that's the first thing that they bring up.
Like it's like saying like The Sopranos is about mental health. You know what I'm saying? It's not about mental health. Well, it is about mental health, but it's not.
It isn't not about mental health.
Yeah, exactly. Like The Sopranos is mafia, but it's also about mental health.
Oh yeah,
it's weird.
Anyways, I think we've got some comments. Roby, I don't know if you can stick around. You're more than welcome to hang out with us if you want to. But I think we're going to go over some comments. We can catch up on The Mandalorian. I rewatched Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind this week.
Oh, fuck that movie.
Oh, wow.
Ugh.
Are you crazy?
No, it's a good movie, but
Hold on. Bring it up right now. We're going to go into the Nerd Down.
Nerd down.
Nerd Down.
Nerd down.
Hey guys, welcome to Nerd Down, where nerds get down again. Drew Felipe, Aldo Mendez, Mr. Roby Quintela had to go hang out with his other friends, or I guess he has a life outside of podcasting with us, weirdo. Apparently.
But thank you for being there, Roby. Thank you very much. That was episode 138.
Let us know your thoughts. You know what I mean? Like, even just leaving a comment on a video. And then if you're a subscriber, you're automatically entered into our April giveaway. We'll get you some cool hand-picked nerd stuff. We'll get you some Gundams. We'll get you... I don't even know. What else have we sent? We sent the candy canteen from the Grave of the Fireflies one time.
Terrible gift.
Great gift. Great. He loved it. He loved it.
But we give a lot of cool shit. We haven't given one in a while, so please comment something. Because of past experiences, you guys are commenting wild shit.
Wild shit.
Yeah, so
absolutely insanity in our comment section.
The less weird and more positive it is, the better inclined you are to be on the list.
I'm not saying that the giveaway is biased. I'm just saying, like, it's just a word of advice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give away something to somebody talking about eugenics.
Crazy. Our comment section is or you can also enter the giveaway by leaving a positive review on whatever podcast platform you prefer. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Deezer,
iHeartRadio.
Yeah, iHeartRadio, all that. And if you leave us a review, like, we don't get notified when we get reviews on, like, podcasting platforms. So then just email us at betweennerdspodcast@gmail.com, letting us know that review is you. You're also entered in the giveaway. You know what I mean? So happy to help.
And I remember, you want to do comments?
Yeah, do you want to start with comments?
I remember I told you this before, that when we used to do this podcast for good.
we do it for evil now?
We're doing it for evil now, because we used to do hashtags and donate to local non-profits.
Yep.
It was great.
Yep.
It was great.
And then our comment section got evil.
Yeah, now we're evil.
Now we're the evil ones. And what's crazy is that like anybody that watches our episodes knows, like, how obnoxiously, like, against certain things we are, right? But then some of our clips are a lot more clickbaity and are taken out of context, like, on purpose. We do it so that, like, we get, like, it's clickbait material. Like, we get to post an outlandish title. The in episode, like, the 10-second clip content sounds pretty crazy, and it gets a reaction out of people, which generates like interactions on, like,
better KPIs.
Better KPIs, and helps, like, the algorithm, like, suggest us more. So then we get, like, both sides of the spectrum of people either mad at us when really, like, we're probably on their side, or people that think we're on their side, where we're just like, no, yeah,
crazy. Let's read some of these comments.
Okay, so with all that being said, we had a clip, the first clip from In This Corner of the World, talking about how that movie is like school shootings in a way. Which, like, In This Corner of the World it's a movie about, like, the Japanese being, like, carpet bombed during World War II, and it's this girl living in that time and having to deal with, like, the nukes, and having to deal with just all the carpet bombing and how awful it was just being Japanese.
And survival classes,
right? And survivalist classes and stuff like that. I think that was what the actual clip was saying. It was about the survivalist classes, and, like, we related that to, like, school shooting drills in public schools, which sucks because, like, that's also, like, the day, like, the Tennessee shooting happened.
Yeah.
Which sucks, which is all around terrible. You know what I mean? But, like, so we had people against us which we're vehemently for smart gun control, saying that, like, oh, y'all think it's so funny that kids keep dying, this and that. And we're like, no, dude, like, I promise, like, we're on the opposite side of that. But then we had this guy who deleted his comment, but I was smart enough to take a screenshot and send it to Aldo as soon as it came up. Commented, Mr. Jack Meister 03.
Yeah, go hunt him down and make sure he doesn't have any word in social media.
Tie him to his real name, because like if this is what he believes, I think his job needs to know. He said that the inanimate object isn't the problem. It's the psycho.
The gun's not the problem.
He's saying the gun's not the problem. It's the psycho holding it, and the only way to solve mental illness is eugenics, and I doubt anyone wants that. Wow, that is crazy. He is relating not handpicking who can breed to mental illness and why there needs to be no gun control. That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is so he's saying racism, right? He's just like, yeah, the only people shooting people are like people of like these subgroups, and I don't think they should breed.
Any way you put it, whether whatever race you are, if you're thinking about eugenics, you're in the wrong side of
No
life.
matter what, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about that, dog. Promise you.
Promise. So that was weird. And then, like, we started calling him out, and then, like, other people in the comment section started being like, yo, what did you just say? And then he deleted it. You clearly believe it, but you won't stand by it.
Oops.
Yeah, oops, was accidentally racist on the internet today.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Crazy stuff. So you're not entering on the giveaway, not just because of your weird comment, you're not subscribed. But if you were subscribed, you wouldn't be either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
We're not trying to be too biased. If you call us dicks and you're subscribed, you could probably win the fucking thing. But like,
who I feel most bad for in this exchange is TikTok bot 24, who was also in the comment section and like tried to have an actual conversation with this person, but like,
what do you mean?
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
It's probably him.
So maybe because the person replied to the Jackmeister being like, when they wanted to make a law that required extensive background checks, it was heavily voted against. Measure could be put in place, but we know why. And like, we're on your side, dude, but why are you arguing with nerds on the internet? Isn't there just like a much better use of your time?
Especially this kind of nerd.
Yeah. This person's like literally never like stepped foot in public before, and you're arguing with this gremlin that's living in his mother's basement.
Crazy. Don't do that, guys. We have to, because it's content.
Don't feed the trolls.
Yeah.
It's the number one rule.
Yes.
And I don't get how people don't get that. So then Jackmeister03 like deleted his comment and then replied, "Keep up the great work."
Yeah.
Wow.
Like he did nothing.
Yeah.
Was it nice, or am I being? Am I not reading the
No, he knows he got caught up. He knows he said some wild stuff on the internet. He doesn't want like the rest of our comment section coming at him.
That's wild.
Weirdo. Again on TikTok, we had one about like the nukes and like the bombings.
Oh yeah, little pretentious prick. It's okay. Sometimes it gets out of hand. Sometimes you're like, fuck, these people really don't know. But you didn't really see the whole video, bro. Like if you would have seen the whole video,
yeah, you
would have known that we know what happened. We know about a lot of atrocities that the U.S. hasn't been.
Yes. So this was Paladin Pitts Palmerton on YouTube Shorts that said that. The comment read, "Do you know about the fire bombings of civilians, bombings that killed more than the nukes? You guys sound ignorant as hell." I was like, bro, I literally just watched a movie about this. Like, that's what we're talking about.
And that's not my only, like, background on it.
Right. Yeah. I understand. And, like, our comment, I think, was pretty tasteful. I put, that's literally what the movie is about. The clip is taken for the 40-plus minute discussion of In This Corner of the World. It's tagged in the video card at the beginning of the short. Don't be self-righteous without knowing what you're talking about. It makes you sound ignorant as hell.
Watch our episodes, guys. If it's an old episode about an anime that you're currently watching, watch it afterwards or something. Watch it to go to sleep. Watch it while you're cleaning shit.
Oh God!
Whoa!
There was an earthquake. I promise.
An earthquake.
A nerdquake.
An earthquake.
And I think it's funny because like since so many of our interactions are like the shorts or the TikToks and stuff like that. We get people that are just overall ignorant, like what you're talking about. Like, they don't understand that this is part of, like, a bigger podcasting discussion. So we even had somebody, like, we're talking about with CJ, the weird bath scene in Blue Lock. And there's somebody in our comment section being like, there's just a scene where they finish the game and go into the locker to shower. and there's a whole bunch of butt naked soccer players. He replies to like my comment like I'm not the person in that video.
Yeah.
Like this guy just needed to mansplain on TikTok for some reason.
Sus.
Well, I guess that's why people are on the internet, right? To get attention.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. But I wish we would have more. I wish we had more comments about people who actually like participated on this animes.
Yeah.
Because that's what we want. We want to talk. Just like we talk about pickle packaging. You know? Like, I want to hear more of that.
Y'all really gotta watch Trigun Stampede, honestly.
You gotta watch our episode on Trigun Stampede. That was pretty fun.
Oh, here's one I wanted to talk about. Say Meets on Twitter. All in Japanese, but, you know, Twitter's pretty cool and, like, allows, like, a Google-based language translation. And they promoted the podcast for us. I think that was really cool. Like, when we get Japanese podcasts as well, the only other one was somebody told me to kill myself. So that one wasn't that cool. Mm-hmm. But this is cool that, like, we talk about, like, Japanese media all the time, and we got, like, somebody's
like, hey, these guys know what they're talking about.
They know what they're talking about. They wanted to enter into the giveaway, and they were trying to promote the giveaway in general, which I thought was pretty cool.
What's it say?
Between Nerds Podcast is live, new topics every week. They basically copy and pasted our stuff. But then what they were saying is they felt a little bad because they can't fully understand us when we're speaking English quickly because they're a non-native speaker.
Oh, right. I'm sorry about that. I wish we had more production knowledge because I know there's like softwares out there that will like automatically caption your videos into whatever language. We should definitely do something like that if we want to do something like that, because then you can add captions to your videos. But I don't know a lot about that.
I know literally nothing about it.
Like Mr. Beast,
like
he has like 200 captions in his videos.
That's cool.
Yeah, dude, like this fool's insane.
But everybody watches Mr. Beast, though.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
I don't, honestly. I've never seen a video of him.
Me neither.
Yeah?
I just know he always just, like, he's just famous, and I'm supposed to care.
Yeah. I mean, that's wild.
We got a good amount of YouTube comments on our video about, like, even with a Texas education, we know what happened to Japan during World War II. Mr. Ryan Good said, took me forever to realize that it was two different people talking about me and you in video. I don't even think we look that similar.
You're just wearing the same shirt. Or wearing a black shirt in both classes. And
brown. Just two Hispanics in glasses. I thought they were the same person.
Yeah. Why is this person putting himself twice?
And this is what I mean about, like, people that are, like, Andrew Tate fans, like, being in our comment section. So Benito Martinez in that same video was like, if he had received a California education, he wouldn't know what a man and a woman are. That is weird. And that's such, like, an easy, like, that's such a lazy, like, trying to dunk on somebody. Being like, Didn't
you hear California was progressive?
Oh, that's so weird, isn't it? Try harder. It's not even... like, if anybody were to ever laugh at that...
Call me a...
I would rather you call me a slur.
Yeah, call me a slur.
Than be out here...
cheap comedy.
Yeah. Be original. Come on. Y'all think that's funny? And then here's one that's actually entered in a giveaway. All this person at the Table Studios commented on this video was just the muscle emoji, the flexing bicep emoji, but they also subscribed. So that counts.
That's a subscription.
That counts as a subscription and a comment. So this is the only entry into the April giveaway right now, to be honest.
Hell yeah. You can get probably a muscly Pokemon.
Pokemon?
Yeah. Have you seen those? I like those Pikachus. Those ones that are all like the Bulbasaur.
I don't think I have, actually. No.
You never seen those? They're great, bro.
Fried Mothball said, I love all the geeky items in the background and just everywhere. Thanks. It's the TV's all those. Everything.
Hey, thank you. The TV's all those. Which we're no longer using.
Oh, thanks to Hector Gabriel for helping out with the graphics as per usual, to be honest. Like,
the buff ones?
Jesus, I've never seen that before. That's gonna haunt my nightmares.
The buff stuff?
Buff Squirtle's terrifying.
Look at that. That's you, the water guy. It's crazy.
Rich Baldwin said, the way the battlefield has changed, World War III is going to be a long game. Based on psychological warfare, it's already started. Just take a look at our internal conflict. Social media brainwashing kids to think the most outlandish shit.
Yeah, this guy's pickling shit in his
Yeah,
shed.
this is a pickle packer right here.
Yeah.
Diminished our country's ability to stand together. We are fucked. I just baited him to keep the conversation going. What would you consider outlandish?
I
Him,
didn't see that one.
that looting stores, disrespecting everyone with a different belief system, the drag shows at children's events, or that sexuality itself is something meant for a classroom. I can go on, but it falls on deaf ears because social media promotes the worst idiot ideas and praises them for it. See what I mean? Like, I disagree with every part of that statement. But this is the people that think that I'm on their side because of our clips. I don't know how this keeps happening.
I don't know, man. It's wild. I can't even. I have nothing to say because. What are you talking about, bro? It's like
I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, he's just like repeating a Tucker Carlson like skit to me, and I'm supposed to understand every piece of this.
Wow.
That is weird.
Any other good comments
Besides
ourselves?
No, G Ready Prince. I don't know if they subscribed, but they did comment. But besides that, that was about it for comments. Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys. Again, please subscribe, comment. All the subscribers that apparently listen, just subscribe. I don't know what you're waiting on. Are you waiting it to get more cool? Because it is. You know, but like
we're plenty cool, guys. I promise.
Plenty cool. Next time we're thinking about watching Chainsaw Man.
Yeah. So I don't even I don't know how I didn't realize that we hadn't talked about Chainsaw Man like on the podcast. Like, just because it was such a big thing and we talked about it periodically in Nerd Downs, like when it was coming out. Like, I just like forgot that like we didn't actually give Chainsaw Man a dedicated episode. But like, what is there to say? Like, the most popular anime last year, produced by one of the biggest studios of the past 5 years, Studio Mappa. The manga is the most popular manga to come out in the past like 2-3 years since like Demon Slayer started, I'd say. And it's immaculate. Like, it's a behemoth in the industry, and I think it's absolutely insane that we haven't talked about it already.
Yeah, hot shit. We want to watch hot shit. So Chainsaw Man. We don't know about the next one because you got plans out of the state.
I'm going to Minneapolis. A week from today.
Minneapolis.
I've never been up there. I don't know.
That's up there, right?
I have no idea. Honestly, and that's how you also know I have a Texas education. My American geography isn't even up to snuff.
I just know Texas, California, Oregon, New York, Kentucky, Georgia, Florida.
That's all people know. That's like 5 states out of 50.
Yeah.
10% ain't good enough.
And like New Mexico and Arizona,
obviously, because you drive through them all the time. Yeah. Speaking of California, I went to California last weekend for one of the 3 250th Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series celebrations. I went to the one in North America in Los Angeles. It didn't go so hot for me, but I do want to give I think this was super cool. This is what made the weekend worth it for me, is that like somebody I know personally, somebody that's been on the podcast before, Jacob Banuelos, like he did something that's like unheard of anybody that like plays in El Paso. Like, this was the second biggest YCS in like TCG history, and it was like 3,200 people. You know, and like, these are the dirtiest, sweatiest, try-hardiest nerds in like the Yu-Gi-Oh scene. Because like, who's gonna pay like $800 to just go fucking play Yu-Gi-Oh for a weekend, right?
Yeah.
So me, try all those things. Exactly. Where's the lie? But like, Jacob Unwells, the owner of TCG Battleground here in El Paso, he made top 4.
That's
like
crazy.
That is insane. Like, and there's a really good argument to be made that he probably should have made it to the finals because he was kind of cheated out of it, out of just some weird judge calls and everything. Nerds treating it like it's the Super Bowl, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like,
the ref was fucking blind out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the discourse right now is like on Facebook regarding like Jacob's game in particular. And I scrubbed out early, you know what I mean? But like, I watched like 5-6 of his games on the second day because I've never even qualified for day 2 at a YCS. But like, I watched a good portion of his games. He played my favorite player ever, Cody Angeloff, who like I've copied who knows how many deck lists from, because like the way he plays and deck builds is how I want to be. And Jacob got this guy so mad that he like threw the pen after signing the match slip after Jacob won. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, he was wrecking. He was absolutely wrecking, and that's all I'm saying is that like it was like
he got divaed.
I've never known anybody I personally know like that be that successful at this stupid nerd shit. You know what I mean? That was cool.
That's
no,
cool.
that was genuinely cool.
I thought you were doing good at some point, you bastard.
No, I was trying to keep my positivity up. I was just tweeting throughout the day. Just
Yeah, I was like,
I still have a chance to get 7 wins. Like
I know you're busy, like, out there playing and stuff, so, like, I didn't, like, reach out to you, like, personally, but I saw your tweets. I was like, oh, I think he's doing good. Oh, I think he's doing good. I see Karen on my son's birthday. I'm like, oh, how's she doing? It's like, she's doing terrible. I'm like, ah, shit.
it was pretty bad. It was like embarrassingly bad.
Damn.
I don't know what it was.
Not embarrassing.
No, it was pretty bad. Like,
you were like, what,
450 out of 3,200, but like only top 285 made it to day 2.
Yeah.
And then out of day 2, they still had to play 3 more rounds of Swiss, and then only top 64 made top cut. Mm-hmm. So if you made it to the finals, you were playing what, like in 2 days? It's like 18 hours of Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's fucky, bro.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that really weird to think about?
That sounds smelly.
It is. I promise it is. Bunch of sweaty, stinky nerds. I had some weird judge calls, but everyone was mostly nice. You know what I mean? When we went to the YCS in Pasadena, I remember everybody was screaming and yelling at each other. I saw somebody get called a transphobe, and a judge call was called about that. And like, Yu-Gi-Oh just came out of this period where like there was just like this one really oppressive deck, and we saw like the first weekend that came out, which was Pasadena, and everyone was just being so toxic about it, and it was like I almost thought nerds were gonna start fighting. It was weird.
Yeah.
Apparently somebody did fight at that event. I remember there was a video going around that somebody at that event fought too.
Damn.
That's what I mean. Nerds are just.
El Paso Comic Con is coming up.
El Paso Comic Con's coming up.
Are we going?
April 21st, 22nd.
Is there passes still?
I think there is still passes. I want to get a lavalier mic and just like ask people things and make like we could sub that week for like a little vlogish thing or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially people in costume and stuff like that.
Was there horniest anime?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to harass people, but yeah, something like that. Although,
yeah. I mean, they're gonna harass you first, I'm sure.
Oh God, I hope not.
Yeah. What else we got? We've been watching Ted Lasso. Watched Ted Lasso.
I watched all of season 1 of Ted Lasso.
Think, man? I feel like Ted Lasso is my first thing that I recommend, or that I said in front of you, and you actually watch.
I watch all of it. It's just I think we just have really different tastes sometimes.
Absolutely.
But Ted Lasso, it's like watching The Office. It's like watching New Girl. It's like watching like just these
but refined, like HBO refined.
Yeah. So it's high production quality, like immaculate cameras, no laugh tracks, like good writing, quippy jokes. Like it's so smart and feels high budget, but it's one of these just like happy everyday kind of man stories.
On the surface, but like it's a little dark every once in a while.
A little bit, but like nothing too crazy so far. I'm like barely on episode like 3 or 4 of season 2.
I don't know, like the divorce between Ted Lasso and his family, and then the divorce between the owner of the club. I don't know. It got very weird. Like the ex-husband's a dick.
This is gonna sound ass, but maybe it's because like my parents divorced when I was like 4 and 5. So like shit like that doesn't even like faze me anymore.
That's
because that's like my childhood. You know what I mean? It's just like you're calling me being 5 traumatic. That's what I mean.
You're watching shooting trials,
Yeah. Like, oh, I've never seen a messy divorce before. Oh no, everybody. Oh God, here we go. It's too real. Like, what the fuck?
I get it.
And as awful as that sounds, so it's just like, oh, the ex-husband's a dick. Okay, my dad's a dick. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But it's funny because it's like, honest. One of my favorite scenes in season 1 is Ted Lasso has a full-blown panic attack.
Oh yeah,
and
that was filmed good.
Amazing. It's so tactful. It's perfect. It's not over dramatized. Like it feels like what a panic attack feels like. And if you know anybody that's like prone to panic attacks, like you that scene's comforting because you know like how that person needed to be treated at the time.
Yeah.
And like the whole plot to season 1 is that Ted Lasso is an American football coach who goes to teach European football, soccer, and like he doesn't know shit, but like this lady, the owner of the club, did it on purpose to sabotage her ex-husband because all he loved was the studio or the football club. He loved the club more than he loved his wife. And now that they're divorced and she got the club in the divorce, she's just gonna like light it on fire essentially.
Yeah.
But the story of season 1 is the humanization of her. And like how like when Ted Lasso has a panic attack and has to rush out of the bar, she's the only one that notices, number one, which is a huge deal for something like that, just to notice like, hey, like Drew's bugging, Aldo's bugging, like let me just go check on him real quick.
Yeah, and like the person that she was trying to be at the beginning, she couldn't do it because of like the humanization that Ted Lasso brings into like
he's just like his little ball of sunshine. Like, what are you gonna do? Punch a bunny? Like
cooks biscuits for her every fucking
night?
Yeah.
It's like kicking a puppy. Why would you do that? Like it's Ted Lasso, guys. Like
crazy stuff. It's good.
And like so him having that panic attack in the street and she's like, yo, like do you want me to call you a lift? Like I can help you out, like let me walk with you, let's walk it off, like come on, we don't go back in there, nobody's gonna see you like this, bro, don't worry about it. And like what it is for him is like the pressure's getting to him, so it's the divorce, he's getting this divorce, it's like a very non-messy divorce, like they're perfectly adults about it. It's just kind of like, hey, shit's not working out, my therapist said you suck, and like you still have like, I want you to be part of your son's life. That's not what I'm saying, but like, we're done.
He essentially lost the love of his life,
right? And he was like, he never pictured like a life without her.
Yeah.
And that, and like they keep losing, and just like the drama of just they won like their most important game, so his adrenaline's high anyways, and it's the most competitive game, the most competitive win that they've ever had, because it's a club that they lost to for like 80 years or something like that, and everyone's excited and happy and singing, but him thinking about like, oh god, I got to go back to my hotel room to like fax or send a picture of me signing the divorce papers. This is such a fucking nightmare for me.
I've been putting it up this so long, now I have to do it.
Right, and now it's all hitting him all at once. Yeah. And so for this woman who's like a billionaire having like going through the same thing, she's also going through a divorce this season. She's like the only person that gets it, and like, dude, like I know this shit sucks. Like whatever you need, I'm here for you, friend. And she came off like a friend, and I think that's what's so apt about that scene.
I like the growth of her, and that's what I feel like that was like what I wanted to come across when I was recommending to you, like the human growth of a lot of these characters, like even the dumbass like what is it called, the trainer that becomes coach,
right?
You know, like him being able
Nate the Great,
and like him being able to stand up to like the bully motherfuckers like in the locker room, or like
the best like pre-game coaching they ever have is him just roasting everybody and like being like, yo, you're too soft on defense, hey, you think you're too good to
in a technical way,
like he's coaching, you know what I mean?
And then also the growth of like the owner's assistant, like not the growth but like the character development that he gets, like he has a wife and 4 kids and they're happy together, but he is the one that's getting the most shit throughout like the actual season protagonist of like what that show is. Yeah, but in the background, like he's like, yeah, this is my job.
Well, it's also about community building too, because it's a football club. It's like all this tiny like neighborhood outside of London has is this football club.
So you saw the Christmas special?
There was a Christmas special?
Did you see the Christmas special?
I didn't see a Christmas
special.
How do I didn't
nice.
see it on Apple TV.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it should be coming up soon. You said you're like in episode what?
2?
Season 2? 2?
Episode like 4, season 2?
I think you should have seen the Christmas episode already.
I don't remember.
It's coming up.
Okay. All right.
It's a good show.
I'm with it. Ted Lasso is really good though. I think everyone should watch it. And I think like this season is the final season.
Yeah, I think so.
So like season 3, season 4, something like that.
Yeah. I have not watched anything on The Mandalorian since last time. No, I have not. Was busy with my
Lizzo's in the new episode.
Oh, I heard nerds were mad about that.
Nerds hate Lizzo.
Dude,
she's in it for like 30 seconds too, and nerds hate her.
I saw
Jack Black's in it too.
Really? I saw some like quick like Twitter or something like that. It's like, why the fuck am I looking at Lizzo when I'm trying to watch The Mandalorian? I'm like, whoa.
She's married to Jack Black.
Oh, like in the show.
In the show.
Oh, okay.
In the show.
Oh, that's crazy.
I don't think it was a bad episode at all. I rewatched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind this week.
Sad.
I hadn't seen it in a while. Well, it's not sad. I think it's like beautiful because like Karen was asking me like what my favorite movie was, and I was like, because I tried to show it to her like 3-4 years ago already, but she didn't watch any of it. Like she was just like on her phone. Oh, this doesn't make any sense. What's going on? Because she wasn't watching it. And then like we actually watched it this
She
week.
like it?
She loved it. It's my favorite movie ever too. So that meant a lot because it's like and she took away what I wanted her to take away. Because what's beautiful about my beautiful dark twisted fantasy about Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is that they find each other again. It's about like if you could have a clinical procedure to remove somebody's memory, your memory of somebody from your memory, and those like it ended badly. Like, would you do it? Like, you see people erasing like their dog, or like if you had an abusive parent or something like that, you could have them like physically erased from your memory. But what if that's like your soulmate, essentially, like somebody you're going to end up with no matter what? And like, it's not only that you're getting it erased, it's that you have to relive those memories. And so you're reliving the good, the bad, how you met them, like how things ended, like everything terrible about them. But like some part of this guy Joel is saying that like, let me just keep this one memory. Let me keep the good, please. Like my life is worth more forgetting her as a whole, as a person in her entirety, but keeping this one good memory, because that one good memory means like more to me than everything else. But he gets erased anyways, and then it's one of those movies where like the beginning is actually the end. So once you start realizing that, and you realize this day that they had together, where they basically rediscovered each other, it's just like this beautiful moment. It's my favorite movie.
No, I like it.
Which is weird because like all my favorite movies have nothing like alike. So if I were to pick my 3 favorite movies in no particular order, it'd be like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Fight Club, and like Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And none of those movies have anything like
to do with each other.
No, not at all.
No, it's just movies that make you feel a different way. You know, it's wild.
Like,
I have way too many favorite movies to pick like a 3.
I feel like you just like mob movies.
No, I don't, bro.
Like, okay, start naming some.
One of my really good favorite movies is Elijah Wood's Everything Is Illuminated.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
No, that one's really good.
Elijah Wood's in Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah, he's also in Eternal Sunshine. I like The Geisha is a pretty good movie. Mad Max is my favorite movie, I think.
The newer one?
Yeah, that one's really good. And when you sent me that thing about his wife editing the movie, even made it my favorite.
She didn't even know how to edit like action movies. Yeah. He was like, "Good. What do you mean?"
That's what I'm trying to make. You know, but like that's a really good fucking movie. No, I don't just like mob movies. I like mob movies because it's funny to talk mob movies with Dami.
I just think it's because like all the good movies from like mid 90s to mid 2000s were just all mob movies.
Yeah, kind of, but I don't know. Odyssey is up there too. You've seen the Space Odyssey, right? 2001 Space Odyssey. That's a really good fucking movie as well.
It's been a while.
You know?
No Fight Club, really?
I like Fight Club. Fight Club.
What don't you like about Fight Club? I didn't know people had beef with Fight Club.
No, I do like Fight Club, but I like what is the Tarantino movie better? The one with John Travolta and Pulp Fiction. I like Pulp Fiction better.
You find those movies similar?
I find those movies similar in the energy that they bring.
Which is what?
Which is just like a hyper, like.
It's like manic. It's an unreliable narrator. Yeah. Same kind of like music plays a big part of it. Eccentric actors. Yeah. So like Brad Pitt holds like Fight Club on like his back.
Yes,
just carrying the shit out of that movie. I guess Pulp Fiction's a lot of the same, like just big heavy weights and
different stories colliding together.
Right. Just to like come to the end and be like, it kind of didn't matter, like how confused you were. Like you don't have to fully understand.
Yeah, but I like that better. Okay. Reservoir Dogs is actually better than Pulp Fiction for me.
I like Reservoir Dogs a lot. I'd probably pick Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction is cool.
Over movies recently. It's still over the past like 2-3 years. My favorite movie release has probably been Dune.
Dune? I know you like Dune a lot. I watched Dune. I liked it. I wasn't enamored with it, but it was pretty cool.
I don't get how you weren't though, because like even the scene when they start like bombing the family, I was like, this looks crazy.
It does, but I don't know, it didn't fucking grab it like that. If anything, Everything is illuminated. I really like that story. It's based on a novel. It's really cool with Elijah Wood. A really cool story. It's kind of manic in a way like a Guy Ritchie movie is, but it's also very deep.
Is it weird that I've never even heard of this?
It is really good, bro. It's really good. It's about a Jewish family.
What?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Intense.
Absolutely crazy.
Anything else for the Nerd Down?
I don't know, man. I'm excited to watch Chainsaw Man.
Yes.
Everyone, if you want us to discuss your comment, just leave a comment. This section's for you all. You know what I mean?
We're trying to do some. We're trying to watch hot anime. So Chainsaw Man is next. I don't know what you can think of for next season.
I'll think of something.
You know,
I'll think
maybe Mob.
This Mob for sure.
Mob.
That'd be a really good one.
Uh-huh.
This current anime season, spring 23 is officially started. By the time this episode comes out, I think the first episode of Oshinoko will be out. The Konosuba side story first episode's out.
And Demon Slayer, I believe.
I don't think Demon Slayer's out yet.
Yeah, I think it starts like in a week.
Oh, in like a week. Yeah. So like, and even the anime we talked about last week, or like 2 Nerd Downs ago, maybe, were like those are all coming up like this week. So super exciting time to be an anime fan. But like, I feel like we always get like that. I feel like we're always excited about everything at the beginning.
But like, think about it, like 2-3 years ago, we barely got Demon Slayer, we barely got Jujutsu Kaisen, we barely got Chainsaw Man, we barely started getting Mob Psycho,
right,
and all those stuff. So like this couple of years is like, holy shit, it's like all these fucking cool ass.
Where would Mashuko Tensei be?
Yeah, exactly.
No, and then I think Mashuko Tensei starts, or no, it might be next season. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, that might be about it. Drew Philip Elias Aldo Mendez. This has been Between
Nerds.
Thanks for watching Between Nerds podcast. Somewhere on the screen is a link to our most recent episode. Somewhere else on the screen is a link to a body of clips that you all should watch. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.